In this video, I'm going to cover 13 different strategies to get keywords for your SEO. And of course, not all of these will always work for all kinds of situations, but they often do. The first one is for local businesses. Make sure your city name, your zip code, nearby towns, your state, neighborhoods, they're all in there on your website so that Google can make sure to show you for all those searches. For example, if somebody's searching for a doctor in downtown San Francisco, well, downtown is a special neighborhood name that is present in San Francisco. Another way to get keywords is by thinking of what problems might my customer search for. Like if something happened to the plumbing, right? People will search for water is not running. But a person with a very similar problem might search for like the solution, fix plumbing. So see, number 2 is the problem search. Like the problem is that water is not running. Number 3 is the solution, fix plumbing, or plumber in San Francisco or wherever city you're located. So as long as you look at the situation from different perspectives of different people, you'll immediately uncover different keywords. And of course, synonyms. Use thesaurus.com. For example, just the word flip-flops, if you're selling shoes, flip-flops have like 10 different synonyms and different ways people call them in different cultures. And you want to make sure that you get all of those because let's say in the Japanese culture, they call flip-flops something else. You're going to miss all those potential buyers just because you don't have that keyword. So you want to make sure you get all the synonyms. And Thesaurus doesn't list all the synonyms across cultures, but it is a very good start. Now let's continue. The 5th strategy is to talk to customers during sales and during customer support. If you're not the salesperson at your company, you want to at times participate in the sales calls and things like that, just to listen to those conversations because your customers will phrase things differently than you do internally. And you want to listen to those. And of course, customers who are beginners will phrase things differently from customers who are long-term customers. So you want to listen to how both of them phrase things because that will give you ideas for keywords. Of course, you want to, just like you listen to speech, you want to be attuned to writing. So looking at client emails, written communications, that's another way. Of course, you want to look at competitor blogs, websites and product listings because of course they're using the keywords right there and you just want to make sure that you're not missing any keywords that they have. Of course, you want to have additional keywords and probably you will if you go through this whole checklist and pick up keywords. But at the same time, there's very low-hanging fruit because they probably already have done the keyword research so you can get the basic keywords from them. And of course, there's search engine auto suggestions. If you're not sure what that is, I'm going to show you. Buy car. Of course, these are the auto suggestions, right? This is just a silly example, but here's another one. Buy flip-flops. And then so you can see different things. And some of them might apply to your business. Some might not apply. The important thing to watch for is that don't just rely on Google for this. Go to Amazon. You see, when I searched Amazon, they gave me different suggestions, obviously, because these are more shopping related. And you want to do different types of searches. So like slippers. Here, it's very similar. But what if we just do shoes? Again, pretty similar across the, because it's shoe related. But like if you search for toy, they'll give you different kind of suggestions. So you just want to play around with the variations because for different variations of keywords, they're going to give you different suggestions. And if you want to look at competitor keyword research, all you do is go to a website. This is my website just for example. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm on Chrome. I can right click on Chrome and I can say view page source. And the simplest thing to do, of course, you can read through their whole website, but the simplest way to look for keywords is you can Control F and look for the title meta tag. Here is my title meta tag, and you can see what the keywords I'm trying to rank for: business plan apps, business courses, business books, business coach. And then the meta description is right there below. It's not always right below, but you can search for it just by doing Control F, just by searching for name equals description. And you'll find that in the HTML code, and you can see what keywords I am targeting here. And you can see, are you targeting those? Of course, you wouldn't do it from my site. You would do it for your competitor sites, the same process. And you would just pick out keywords to make sure that you're not missing any on your site. So let's continue with our keyword idea list. The next idea is abbreviations and acronyms. Think of how many ways you can say New York, New York, NYC, New York City. Of course, search engines are smart enough to group you into the same thing. They know that New York NY is NYC. They know that. But just to be safe, you want to make sure you cover that and mention all those variations at different times on your site. And even look at San Francisco. It's like crazy. SF, Frisco, San Francisco, SF Bay Area. But then, SF Bay Area and Bay Area, they mean a slightly different thing than San Francisco. So you actually might want to just play around with that, because Bay Area is an area with a slightly bigger radius than just San Francisco. So both might make sense for your business if you serve the entire Bay Area and not just a city in it. If you keep going, Google shows related searches at the bottom of search results. I'll show you how that looks like. When we search any term, what's going to happen is at the very bottom, they show us these related searches, and you just want to take a look here and see what they suggest. Look, they show Hawaiians, right? Or Hawaiians. I don't know how to pronounce this word, but you see that it's a word to refer to flip-flops. You see what I meant by different terms referring to the same thing? So definitely take a look here for what they suggest to you. And don't just take the whole phrases. If you see just the word Hawaiians, you can do so many different new variations with the word Hawaiians now. So that gives you a whole new set of keywords you can play around with and permutate throughout your site with your existing keywords. And just to show you that you don't want to over rely on the keyword tools are just one of all of these ideas. You see, it's just one of many ideas. And some people worry about plural singular, like flip-flops. Search engines are smart enough to decipher that at least. So don't worry about the plural singular, and let's keep going. Now there's this idea of stemming. Basically, if you look at the word play, it's a stem for different variations of this word: playing, playful, player. And some of these words aren't the same thing. Like a play is not the same as a player. You would think that search engines are smart enough, but I wouldn't assume. So I would actually, just to be safe, use these keywords. Often they will be smart enough, but I wouldn't let them handle it. I would make sure that you have mentions of each version of this. And another strategy is for a customer to qualify themselves. What that means is, like, if I have a productivity mobile app and I need a business plan for it, I'm going to search for business plan for a productivity app. So the thing that I need is in the search. Or like if I'm a dentist, I would search for like marketing for a dentist. So when the person talks about themselves, they have a productivity app, they're a dentist. When they qualify themselves, those are fantastic searches to get in front of, because they're looking for something specific for them. And if you can offer that, that gets you a good lead. So that's another way to get keywords and structure your site to make sure that you are a match for when people search that way. So these are all these creative ways and different ways to get keyword ideas. So I hope you try to make use of them, because they are really, really helpful. And the more keywords you get, the more potential traffic you'll have. So this is very important. And I know this was a lot, so please try to actually apply it right now to your site, because you might forget, and then if you forget, you're not going to have it, and it's pointless. And as an exercise, try to get more keywords for your site now.